Guilty or not guilty? That is the, the thing that's running through your minds right now. So Capricorns, you're worried about a legal situation or just a verdict on something because there's a yes or no component. It's the Justice card. It's like, will it be a yes or will it be a no? There is worry behind it, Nine of Swords. And then the Moon, the Devil, and the Four of Cups. The Four of Cups is you kind of having a lot of memories surrounding this dwelling. This is what's like kind of in your head. It's memories, it's your emotions, and then the Moon is your fear. And then the Devil here is, well, what could happen if the verdict is negative, right? If it doesn't come out in your favor, you're just worried that you're worried about the worst possible scenario. Now, if you guys don't have like a legal situation pending, then this is just about an answer on something. It's a yes or is it a no. So let's pick, let's do some oracle cards here and see if we can get any more information about this Capricorn. Oh, before we get to that, on the bottom of the deck, we have the Queen of Cups reversed. That's your restlessness. And underneath that, the Eight of Swords, which is your inability to know whether or not you're going to get what the verdict is. You don't know right now. That's part of the worry. If you knew, you wouldn't be worried about it, right? Regardless, it's the unknown that has you guys stressed out and worried, Capricorn. But there's no way to find out until the future, the Star card. I'm going to help you, and we're going to try to figure out what this verdict is going to be so you guys can stop worrying. But the fact of the matter is that you guys are worrying because you don't know how this is going to turn out. Okay, so let's pull the oracle cards, like I said. Well, the cards aren't answering. The cards are not telling me what the verdict is going to be. I'm still going to press the cards for a verdict when we pull advice. But right now it's saying that it's still up in the air. And the reason it's up in the air is because there's a lot of details to go through. It's almost like a lot of paperwork, a lot of documents, a lot of the specific details regarding your case or regarding your situation. So if it's like a legal situation, well, the judge and the legal team or whatever still has a lot of data to go through. And it's not fun. It's in fact looking at a lot of things that are unpleasant. Leo reversed, it can potentially be dramatic, or it could potentially just be about things that we don't find pleasant to be looking at. So essentially this could be just looking at like a lot of negative information to parse through a lot of, let's say, evidence, okay? Let's say it's evidence that still needs to be reviewed here. On the bottom is the number 5. That's the number for a struggle. So yeah, we're still in the struggle phase of whatever the situation is while it's determined whether it's going to be a yes or a no, a positive in your benefit or in somebody else's benefit. We don't know yet. It's going to be determined later, Sagittarius. This is part of the problem, I feel. And the next couple of cards are a little bit even more telling because they're telling about your emotional state. We've got the Princess with the Volcano and the Knight. You guys are not patient people. The Princess with the Knight is somebody who is antsy, impatient, literally impatient. And it's because they're kind of popping off. The Volcano is an emotional swell. So you're kind of like feeling very emotional at the moment. You're worried and you're feeling impatient to try to figure out what's going to happen. There's no way to figure out what's going to happen. All right, let's pull some advice for you guys. Maybe we'll get some information on this verdict while we're at this advice. So let's see what comes out for advice for Capricorn. Anything else here for Capricorn? Okay, you got Judgment with the Star coming out. You guys got some waiting to do because the Star is still the future. It's coming back out because it's saying, it's like your court date isn't for, let's say, another 9 months, you know? They're not going to be looking at your case for another 9 months. Whatever the situation is, it's pushed back. The final verdict, Judgment, that's the final verdict, the end of it. It's not going to be actually over for a while. Now looking down here, Queen of Pentacles, Two of Swords, and Eight of Pentacles is you kind of having to get used to it. You having to get used to, and even almost not taking it personally, putting it at arm's reach, not taking it, making an emotional situation, not putting your heart on the line. The Queen of Pentacles is kind of like a little bit distant, and kind of is almost more experienced, is able to deal with these situations without getting like too emotionally involved, and just kind of do it like one thing at a time. Like there's a lot of document signing. Two of Swords and Eight of Pentacles is signing a lot of documents, signing on the dotted line, doing a lot of reading potentially. It's reviewing the evidence, whether that's you or the people who have to make the decision, right? So yeah, it's gonna take time, and your best advice here is to keep your distance. So, I mean, do what you need to do, Two of Swords, but otherwise, don't like put your heart into it all the time because you're going to be putting your heart into it for a while that puts your heart, you know, you're just gonna be worried for a while if that's what you're doing. On the bottom, we have the Knight of Wands, and underneath that, the Five of Swords. That's saying the more you rush, the more nowhere you're gonna go. The more you rush, Knight of Wands is rushing, it won't get you anywhere. Worrying is not gonna get you anywhere. Trying to rush the process isn't gonna get you anywhere. We're trying to rush these people. They can't be rushed. The situation can't be rushed. Let's pull some Oracle cards and see if we can get any last advice before I close up. Any more advice for Capricorn? Capricorn? Okay, so for advice, we've got from the Oracle cards here, we've got the Wall, and then this is the Cancer. It's almost like saying, focus on your home, focus on yourself, focus on just like keeping things nice around you, like in your own house. The Cancer is kind of like, there's definitely some reclusive energy with Cancer in the Wall here. It's like, take some time to yourself, cozy up inside your house. That's the advice here to maybe help you guys not worry so much. Because if you're comfortable in your house, maybe that just will help you get more comfortable in general and help you kind of like distance yourself from whatever the situation is. It's saying like, hang out in your house, hide out in your house maybe a little bit. Okay, so I think that is going to be your reading. Capricorns, thank you guys for being here. If you want to see more of these videos, don't forget to follow the channel. I will see you guys next time.